Sure, here's a full retelling of Chapter 1 of Voyagers 2, The Secrets of Amenti in narrative form. I've kept all the core names, dates and ideas from Ashayana-Dean's text, but written it like a flowing story rather than a technical outline so you can follow what happens and why. The Secrets of Amenti, retelling of Chapter 1. Long before Earth existed in a higher frequency reality called the Second Harmonic Universe, there was a world named Tara. Tara was the cradle of the first human experiment, the Tyrannusium-1 race, created about 560 million years ago by the Syrian Council and their overseers, the Lyrans and Elohim. 12 founding stellar nations contributed their genetic codes so that a single master race could embody the full 12-strand DNA template. This race was designed to be a guardian species, keepers of the planetary grids and protectors of life throughout many systems. For millions of years, the Tyrannusium flourished. 12 sub-races developed, each carrying a slightly different resonance from its founding lineage. But over long spans of time, corruption crept in. Some began to interbreed with other off-world strains that were not aligned with the original design. Their DNA weakened, their unity fractured. 2 dominant cultures arose on Tara's great continent Eden. The first, the Lumians, were gentle mystics devoted to what they called the Law of One, a teaching of unity among all beings. The second, the Alanians, were brilliant technologists who sought mastery over the planet's core energies. The Lumians, foreseeing danger, formed the Council of Mu and moved to a distant landmass they named Mu to preserve the original codes. With help from the Syrian Council and higher races known as the Series, they purified their DNA and founded a priesthood dedicated to balance and healing, the priesthood of Mu. Meanwhile, on the Alanian continent, power became an obsession. An elite order called the Templar Solar Initiates learned to draw vast energy from Tara's crystalline core. They ignored warnings from the Syrian Council and the Elohim. Many aligned with the rebel Anunnaki, who had already defied the Syrian Council in their own system. Their experimentation destabilized the planet's grid, creating rifts in the electromagnetic fields. Some Alanians recognized the danger and defected to Mu. Interbreeding between these repentant Alanians, the Series and the Lumians, produced a restored strain called the Taranates. They formed a new order, the priesthood of scientists of spirit who studied portal mechanics and vowed to protect the planet. But the rebellion could not be stopped. About 550 million years ago, the power crystals beneath Alania exploded. Tara's grid imploded, its axis faltered, continents shattered. For 2 days, the planet stopped rotating. When it stabilized again, it was a broken world. Pieces of its morphogenetic field, the energetic pattern that holds matter together, were torn away and dropped into lower frequency space. Those fragments reformed as 12 new planets in a lower universe. Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Moldak, later the asteroid belt, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, Nibiru, and a new sun. This was the legendary fall of man, the moment when the souls of Alania and Mu were scattered through time, trapped within denser matter. The story would echo ages later in Earth myths as Adam and Eve's expulsion from Eden. The Covenant of Palador, the rescue mission. Before Tara's final collapse, the Series, the Taranates, and the priests of Mu devised a rescue plan. Working with the Syrian Council, the Elohim, and the Lyrans, they formed a great interstellar agreement called the Covenant of Palador, a promise to retrieve the lost souls of Tara and restore them to their ascension path. Through this covenant, they contacted even higher intelligences, the Breno Rishi of the Fifth Harmonic Universe and the Ra Confederacy, a collective of 12 vast consciousness groups. 4 of these, Azurites, Atenei, Ammonites, and Brigihidet, joined the mission. Using time portal science, the Taranates projected themselves into the newly fallen lower dimensional realm that would become Earth. There they combined their energies into a vast field of living light, the sphere of Amenti. This sphere contained the pure 12-strand genetic blueprint of the original Tyrannusium race, together with the time codes of Tara's pre-cataclysmic past. Anchored through higher dimensions into Earth's core, it created a stable bridge between Earth and Tara, linking the two worlds across time. The sphere of Amenti became a sanctuary, a womb of evolution where the shattered souls could reincarnate, rebuild their DNA, and eventually ascend back to Tara. By entering human bodies seeded from this morphogenetic field, the lost fragments of consciousness could gather their scattered parts and rejoin their higher selves. The halls of Amenti. From the sphere, 5 subsidiary spheres were formed. These became the templates for 5 cloistered races, each carrying 8 active DNA strands and guarding 1 additional strand for the others. They were 1. Antrians, brown-skinned; strand 2. 2 Brianoa, red-skinned; strand 3. 3 Hibiru, white-skinned; strand 4. 4 Melchizedeks, yellow-skinned; strand 5. 5 Uniseti, black-skinned; strand 6. Together they embodied the higher frequencies, strands 7 to 12, of the angelic human design. These cloisters populated Earth's parallel time bands between 250 and 25 million years ago, raising civilizations that existed in faster-moving anti-particle worlds. Many souls completed their evolution and ascended, those who did not return to the sphere of Amenti to begin again as the physical root races of humanity. To connect Earth back to Tara, the priests of drew from Tara's 5th dimensional core a living current of blue-green light, its morphogenetic field, and installed it within the sphere of Amenti. This energy, a luminous standing wave, was known as the blue flame of Amenti, or the staff of Amenti. It became the pathway through which the halls of Amenti could open. The rod and staff, described in later scriptures, the pearly gates of heaven and of Christian myth, symbolize this blue flame gateway that leads from Earth back into Tara's 5th dimensional world. The purpose of the halls within the sphere lay 6 great portals, collectively called the halls of Amenti. Each hall opened into a different dimensional frequency band, allowing souls to pass from one stage of evolution to another. By incarnating through the root races associated with these halls, a being could rebuild its 12-strand DNA step by step and ultimately ascend beyond the lower universes. In this way, Earth became an ascension planet, a classroom for fallen souls to return home. The priests of and Mu, descendants of the original Taran lineages, remained the custodians of these halls, working with the Guardian Alliance from higher universes to protect them from interference. Their task was to keep open the evolutionary bridge so that humanity could one day fulfill its ancient covenant. Closing of Chapter 1. Chapter 1 ends by revealing that every human being on Earth today is energetically linked to the sphere of Amenti. Our DNA still carries the dormant imprint of the 12-strand template. The Guardians explain that the story of Tara's fall, the creation of Amenti, and the long sequence of seedings form the true hidden history of the human race. The process of awakening those original codes, the Christos blueprint, is the purpose of our evolution and the reason these teachings have been returned at this time. So, in essence, Chapter 1 tells how the first human world, Tara, fell through misuse of energy. A rescue mission established the sphere and halls of Amenti within Earth. Early spiritual scientific races carried out humanity's first seeding. Every person now carries that legacy and the possibility of returning to the higher worlds we once came from. Would you like me to continue the story with Chapter 2, the second seeding and the electric wars, retold in the same narrative style?